Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. You're welcome to UNMASC stream. It's a live stream. You're all welcome to come in with your thoughts and ideas. So who is in the house? I have Mr. Johnny 25. You are so welcome, Mr. Johnny 25. You're welcome to this live stream. Really appreciate your presence here. Thank you for being the first person to show up. That is so supportive. Really appreciate your presence. Thank you so much. Jasmine. Hello, Jasmine. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for coming to be part of this conversation today. And I have Rip Wagner. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, Mr. Wagner. Let's see here. Then I have Nelly Herman. You are so welcome. Mega shout out to all of you for coming in to be part of this conversation today. You are so welcome. We want to be talking about healthy habits in a crazy world and how we can attain balance. So that's what we want to talk about today. And that is my own husband, Mr. Kene Yufandu. Thumbs up. Yes, he reminds me that you have to give a thumbs up to the stream. Please give a thumbs up to the live. That would be nice for the live stream. Thumbs up is good. Yes. So, Nelly Herman, you are so welcome. Yeah. You are so welcome. Okay. Thank you for that amazing thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Baby dear, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the amazing thumbs up for the live. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Really appreciate your presence in the house. This is going to be a conversation, and I, would appreciate your thoughts, your ideas, questions, and we can just have a good conversation here. So for 3 weeks now, we have been talking about habits, healthy living. As you all know, my channel is about healthy living. It's about how to just walk, with faith and try to live healthy. That's all I'm about. Afua, you are welcome. Let me see. You know what? I can't see that. Let me see. That name is so tiny. Okay, Althea, Alfie Channel TV, you are welcome to the house. Thank you so much for coming. And that's Chikeli Beauty. You are so welcome, Chikeli Beauty. Thank you. Chikeli is already the moderator for this day. Thank you so much, Chikeli. Everything Skincare Beauty, Chikeli Beauty, you're welcome. Thank you. Alfie Channel TV, you are welcome. Yes. I'm going to be using my glasses and switching. Yes, I am good. Thank you so much. I don't like a lot of emojis. Just a few would just be, you know, one, not too much, so it doesn't overwhelm us. You know, the channel is not monetized yet, so we have to kind of still pamper it, you know. So just a few emojis will be best. Thank you, everyone. Rosa Wagner, Nelly Hammer, my husband, Kene Yufandu, giving thumbs up to the host. Really appreciate and love you. Thank you so much for all your support. Baby dear, thank you so much. You can leave it. Don't take it off. Just leave it. Nelly Hammer, again, you're giving me that amazing thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Alfie Channel TV. Wow, thank you so much. And that's my Chikeli Beauty, Everything Skincare. Thank you for being here to support, as always. Really appreciate you. Alfie Channel again. Yes, I'm good. Yes, I'm doing really well, thankfully. I'll give you later my other accounts, madam, to earn your banana. Oh my goodness, wow. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Alfie. Yes, baby dear. Hello, everyone. You are welcome. Thank you all. So we have been talking healthy living, healthy habits. You know, we've been talking about it for 3 weeks now, and I thought, you know, just staying in that conversation is good. It helps us to remember. You're welcome, Alfie. It helps us. The more we talk about something, the more we can actually remember it. Thank you so much, Chikeli. Everything Skincare. Thank you so much for that compliment. I appreciate it. Jennifer, oh my gosh, thank you for coming. Really appreciate your presence, Jenny. Thank you, and thank you for the amazing thumbs up. Yes, you all are welcome with your thoughts and ideas, so that I'm not the only one talking. We just want to have a forum where we talk and brainstorm on the best way to live, so that at least even if the entire world is going crazy, we can actually have peace where we are, you know? So, hello, everyone. God bless you all. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Yeah, Christian, oh my goodness, you are there with, is that a torchlight? That is so cool. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, very nice man. Really appreciate your presence. So, you know, I thought it's best to continue, because the more you talk about something, the better you get at it. The better you can even remember, because we're humans and we tend to forget sometimes, you know. So I thought it's best to continue this conversation on healthy living. What are healthy habits? We've talked about that. I would only say healthy habit is a practice. It's something you practice consistently, you know, and hopefully that habits that you practice consistently is healthy. That's why we're focusing on healthy habits. We want to talk about it because we want to be better people. Because when we are better, everybody around us enjoy from it, you know? Good to see you. Thank you, Christian. So we just want to make our environment, because we cannot change the entire world, you know, we can only change from where we are. So we want to change our environment, the people around us. We want to just do the best we can to make sure we are not building stress in anybody's life, and that we try as much as we can to also stop others from building stress into our lives. That's the essence of this conversation. We want to talk about it and practice it. I want to leave now. That is good. I want to leave now. It's already 11. Oh, wow. Alfie, you know what? I really appreciate that you showed up. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you stay blessed, okay? Stay blessed, and hope to see you again next time, okay? Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So give me a thumbs up before you leave, okay, Alfie? Thank you. Thank you, Chikeli Beauty. So I want to talk about it because the fact is that when we have clearer thinking, when we think clearly, we have greater peace of mind, we have healthier body. That is what might actually lead us to greater happiness. Think about these three things. We have healthier thinking. We think right. Peace of mind. What are the things that give you peace of mind? What are the things that would give us peace of mind? Because in all things, whatever we do, if we don't have peace of mind, it's tough. It's going to be tough. Because peace of mind it encompasses so many things. You go to bed, you can actually rest and get your good rest without, hello, my dear Chizube. Hello, my dear baby girl. How are you, beautiful? I am so glad to be here. Yes, and I'm so very, very happy to have you here, baby. Thank you so much. Really appreciate and love you. Annie, baby. Yeah. Yes, hello, Annie, baby. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate your thumbs up and your presence here. Oh my goodness, Kenyiri, you can make it today. Kenyiri Vlogs, you are so welcome to the conversation today. Thank you all. I really appreciate all of you. Baby dear, good night, baby dear. I really appreciate that you stopped by. I know the time difference is of no help to anybody, but thank you for thinking and stopping by. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you. Stay blessed. Nasrut Nook. Oh my gosh. Wow. You are so welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's so good to be here, host. Yes, Kenyeri, I'm so glad each time I see you. Thank you for coming. Hi, everyone. Yes, happy original channel. You are so welcome. Yes, big thumbs up to the line, to the stream. Really appreciate your presence. Oh, wow. Thank you all, Chizube, my dear baby girl, my beautiful one. Thank you for coming, for all your support all the time. Really appreciate you. Love you. Nurse. So now we're talking, let me continue. So we're talking about healthy. We just want to, it's like a reminder. We just want to continue to remind ourselves because as I earlier said, when you continue to talk about something and think about it, then the more you're more prone to actually maintain those things than when you don't talk about it. You know how we avoid talking about certain things? Then we end up doing those things because they are taboos. We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there, but we behave there. We do those things. So we just want to talk about things that maybe we never want to talk about. It's not like they're not invisible things. They're not horrible things. They're just things that we just want to have conversations on. So it will just be at the tip of our mind all the time. So I had three things in mind. I said, having clearer thinking, greater peace of mind, and a healthier body. What does that give us? It might actually lead us to a greater happiness. Would you guys believe that? That when you can think right, your body is healthy, because when your body is healthy, you feel it. And you have peace of mind. Peace of mind, when you think about healthy living, you think about food. Food is number one for me. It's like 80% of what you eat is what you are. So you can imagine food becomes number one for me. But think about peace of mind. Because even though you eat the entire house and you don't have peace, then it's like nothing. It's like vanity, they say. So I think all of these things work together for good for us. Clearer thinking, peace of mind, healthier body. Because when you're healthy, Some was it Wendy thought she said on the other day in the chat, she said health is wealth. Totally, it is. So I have Mansa Queen. I have to take my glasses again to see this one. Yeah, Mansa Queen, I got it. Nelly Hammond, hi host, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you for coming and for the amazing thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Thank you. So we're talking health habits. You know, I had habits and balance. And when we say habit, we are more focusing on the healthy habits. So you're beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Really appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Yes. Chikali, everything skincare. Thank you for moderating today. Thank you so much. So think about it. Think about these 3 items that I mentioned. 3 things. They are things that we come across every day. We don't pay attention to them, but they are so key to the fundamentals of our being. Peace, health. You know, the brain, when the brain go wrong, everything is melted. So these are I think they are very crucial things. So then I have a question for you. Could we humans ever achieve contentment? Do you guys think we can achieve contentment as human beings? Such an interesting topic, yes. Do you guys think we can achieve contentment as human beings? We may never achieve contentment, but I tell you, when you have peace, you have health, you have your brain, you can still think. You know, there are so many things that you have, but I think that these are basic things that at least you can count your blessings from this tree, then you can progress into more. There are so many things that happen to us that we can be thankful for, but that's not the topic for today. Today we want to talk about habits and balance. How can we achieve this? Is it possible to even venture, to even try to get this? Human nature will not let us achieve contentment because we always yearn for me or more. For me, for me, yes, it's true, because we want more. You know, you have this, then the next thing you want higher. You know, it's like, how do they say it in Latin? Is it artis ampus, semper artis, achieving higher? It depends on how you approach it too, you know, but it's totally true. We cannot achieve total contentment. It's tough, but we can start with gratitude. Fantastic. I think gratitude is a key point in our lives as well, because when we do not know gratitude, then our hearts can never find peace. Because when we begin to appreciate where we are, then we can even see where we're going. But when you don't appreciate where you are, just shared you. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing me. Really appreciate it, Kenyeri. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, contentment is achievable. We have to be satisfied with what we have, where we are, and still work hard for what we need. Absolutely. Absolutely. You just killed it, they say. You know, contentment is key. It's so important, you know. But well said, yes. Yes, Nelly, yeah. It's so important, contentment, because he who has no contentment, it's like you're greedy, you know? It's like you're greedy, you never appreciate, you're never satisfied, My mom used to say, the greedy person, when you're eating rice, then you see somebody eating beans, then you want beans. You're never happy with what you have at any time. But I tell you, you're so right. I like contentment. It is key to us. We need it. So, what does balance do to us? And what is balance? We're not talking about the scale where you weigh, and in those days they used to have the scale where it doesn't tip. You have to make sure you put things on both ends, and then it's standing is balance. We're talking about balance. How can we help our lifestyle so that we can have some kind of balance? We may never get there fully, but we want to even get a little, get close, and then begin to work getting closer to balance. That's it. Yeah, Nelly. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. So we can only work towards balance. We can try. We can strive to get there. So, and to get balance, we have to work for it. Balance cannot just come into our lives. We have to consciously think about balance. We have to make time to reassess our daily lives. When we make time to reassess ourselves, that's one of the things that would help us to begin to work towards how to achieve balance in our lives. Some people call it like meditation, but I think there's a difference between meditation and reassessment. Balance is knowing and being able to differentiate our needs from your wants and being able to prioritize. Oh my gosh, you see, I have Mama Queen in the house. That is so true. I love that definition. That is so fantastic. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's knowing and being able to differentiate between a need and a want. Wow. What are needs and what are wants? Wants are those things that, the Smiths have our wants, and then our needs are really our needs. They are things that we need that we have to prioritize to achieve. Thank you so much for putting that up there, Mama Queen. And then Nelly Hammer says, I really want hear more about balance, especially with women trying to achieve as wives, careers, health, and living. Yes, balance is not easy. So let's talk about, we're talking about all of these are part of balance, Balance is, I talked about the first thing as in my own mindset, as because this is a conversation. I'm putting up my own mindset and you guys would contribute because you all are smart men and women out there. And I want to hear what you think about this as well. So we can achieve balance when we begin to set goals. And when everybody talk about setting goals, but I think that when we set achievable goals that are within our reach, because when you set goals that you cannot reach, then it becomes a different thing altogether, because then your goal becomes your stress. So that's why it's so important that when we set goals that we can actually achieve, or attainable goals, whatever way you want to put it, goals that you can achieve, so that you don't end up setting yourself up to something that you'll be asking, what did I even get myself into? And at that point, there are times in life when you set goals that you cannot achieve. You see that you find it's almost like you're in a deep sea. You can't go back, you can't go forward. Then you're stuck. So that's why it's so necessary that when we begin to set goals, we think about goals that we can achieve or we can attain, so that we don't end up pushing ourselves over the bar. So when you assess your life, I talked about reassessment. When you reassess yourself each day, do you reassess yourself as yourself for tomorrow or yourself for yesterday? Because yesterday is in the past, but at the same time, if you don't remember some of the things that happened in your past, it might be tough to actually achieve some of those goals. So it's good that you think about, when you reassess, you're thinking, how did I do this? How did I do that? This, maybe I have to remove this. It's like you're sorting out all of these things that you don't need, and you sort them in places and decide this one goes into basin 1, basin 2. And then at the end of the day, you take the one that you think is more meaningful, that would help you to move forward. So when you assess yourself, it's so important that we assess ourselves from where we are now. In as much as we're going to consider yesterday, we are reassessing and looking at the light in the tunnel and looking at the future, tomorrow, where we're going, that we want to reassess for now, for this minute, for every day. You say, I am following on this. Okay, can you read? Thank you. Yeah, tell us what you're thinking too, okay? So you are reassessing for now, because you can only start from where you are. When you plot the graph, you have to plot, when you're looking at the map, you're going, for instance, you're in the mall and you're looking for a store, it tells you, I'm here. So you're here. That means you cannot go without knowing, if I'm here, where is that place I'm going to? So that's why it's important that we start reassessing from where we are, our position right now. I have, not Ruth. No, okay, yeah, you're here. Reassesses for past and future. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what it is. Because you use your yesterday to plan your tomorrow. But at the end of the day, you're going to start from where you are to plan for the future. The future is in sight, but you're planning for it, but you have to start from where you are. So those are the kind of the things that help us to start. That's how we can actually start working towards the balance that we're talking about. And we have to be open and willing to take risk. For us to attain balance, we have to be open to it, willing to take risk. I talk about food as one of the things for balance. Food is so important because when you think food and think healthy living, it's such a tough and tedious. It can be stressful for some people when they hear that. It's like, oh my gosh. How some people would say, oh my goodness, you mean I would rather just eat the unhealthy one? Some people would say, brown rice is healthy. No, I don't want to eat brown rice, even if it tastes good. They just don't want to even touch healthy. They don't want to think about it because they just want to avoid the stress, because the word healthy can be so stressful for some people that you will never see them want to even incorporate it in their lifestyle. But I tell you, it's baby step. We can only do this gradually. You can start adding 1, 2. Before you know it, you're going to get stronger. So when we talk about all of this, balance and things, food, like I said from the beginning, food is part of all of this I'm talking about. Food, reassessing your life, your future, everything. I'm just talking about all of them as a whole, as one entity, because we are one person. So we couldn't just talk about food in isolation. We couldn't just talk about exercise in isolation. We couldn't just talk about, these are all our daily things that we do that help us to maintain balance. But we're talking about the steps that would what would help us to actually incorporate these things to be able to make them happen for us so that we can do it and it will not be as difficult as it could have been, because balance is not an easy thing to maintain. Healthy lifestyle is not easy. It's not even easy for somebody who wants to live a healthy lifestyle to actually live unhealthy lifestyle. So you see, none of it is easy. It depends on where you are and where you want to go to. So, because I remembered when I was pregnant with my second daughter and my first daughter, my doctor said to me, "Oh, Chiwendo, you have to eat more." I'm like, seriously? She's like, you have to eat more because you have to increase to this weight every month. I'm like, are you serious? She said, yes. I said, how can I do that? What if I don't want to eat? She said, no, you have to eat. That was in New York. She actually wanted me to eat. She said, even just go there and eat burger, eat something, So you see what I mean? Sometimes you could be in this place and they want you to get there. So none is easy. Whether you want to achieve the healthy lifestyle, it's just to decide that you want to commit to whichever one you want to achieve. It's commitment. You have to commit to it. So I talked about open-minded, to take the risk to even venture into doing any of this. You have to be open-minded and willing to go into it, because sometimes you don't want to try healthy living because you might think, oh, can I do it till the end? There are some exercises, or people want to lose weight and they go into setting box. You're going to lose weight for this time frame. You're going to eat. Okay, this time you want to lose weight. You can't eat this. You can't eat that. You can't eat this. You can't eat. There are a whole lot of everything you cannot eat. You cannot do. So what happens after the 6 weeks or the 6 months or the 3 months? And you still have let's say you still have 50 years to live in this planet. And you've spent 6 months, you cannot eat these things. What happens after the 6 months? Now you're going to go back and crave for those things like never before. And before you know it, you cannot achieve that, because it is not easy to go from not eating anything, because if you eat these things, you're going to add weight. Is it not better for you to know what are the health things and just eat them and apportion them, check out the size, check out what you're eating, just be conscious of it, eat healthy, eat more of the healthy stuff and eat less of. We can always have McDonald's, we can always eat the greasy food, we can always eat all of that. That's 1% of it. I'm following this, Ruth. Okay. Hello, host. Oh, Confidence and Mom TV. You are welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Give a thumbs up for the live stream. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your presence here. Host, yes, everyone. Okay. Okay, Mama Queen. That is where the lifestyle changes come. Yes, into play, because it is long term and more of the behavior. Exactly. You are so right. That's the lifestyle, because it's not something you want to do for 6 months and then you go crazy, because when you have deprived yourself of everything that God has given to us in this planet, entirely, you have totally deprived yourself. What happens when, it's like somebody in jail. When you're in prison, you're looking for when you're going to come out of jail. That day you come out, you feel like you're like, I am free, you're so free. You overeat on that day. You're going to be drunk. You're going to do everything that you have not had the opportunity to do. So in my opinion, baby steps and trying to just have a balance, little things. Check what is right and choose the best thing for you, because we all are different. So what is good for you might not be the best for me. So we have to actually look for what is best for us. I have so many notifications that come on. I don't know if it comes on for other people when they do live stream, but mine do. So the other thing is you have to, I was referred to a nutritionist that made some informed changes. And I made some informed changes which saved me from taking, daily insulin shots. Wow, that is good. That's a very good nutritionist that you met. Wow, that is fantastic. Mama Queen, that is fantastic. Thanks for sharing that. Lifestyle is, it can, somebody asked the other day, if I change my lifestyle, my life changes. Absolutely. I have seen it work for so many people. Changing your lifestyle is so important. It's really good to reassess so we can plan better. Yes, Chizube, baby girl. Yes, you're so right. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, planning. Because when we don't reassess, we cannot plan. You're so right. Thank you for sharing that. Kenyeri, the thing is host. Lifestyle changes can be achieved, but we need to be flexible. Not to be too strict on the changes we make. Yes, environmental factors. Look at her. Oh my goodness. That your garden, it's each time I go to your house, your channel, I am so like, I don't want to leave. It's like, it's too beautiful. And I really appreciate, because you like fresh, healthy living. You do it. So I totally thank you for sharing that. That is so important, because we need to be flexible. If you're not flexible, that's the only thing that will put you in a box for 6 months, and then, or 6 weeks, or 3 weeks, or whatever it is. And then when you come out of the box, you are so going to be in a hurry to, before you know it, most people that have put themselves in the box of doing healthy, like dieting and all those kind of things, like do something that is sustainable. Do something that you can actually continue to do. You have how many years to live in this world, and you're going to put yourself after 2 weeks of this and then you're done? No. So yes, and I like that, flexibility. Do something that is sustainable. Sustainability is so important as well in whatever choice that we make. So when we decide to have, what do you have? Right. You can easily get frustrated, yeah? Something you cannot adjust. So true. Very, very true. Very, very true. And that's why we're talking about balance. Because when you have balance, it can actually help you to be more fulfilled. You'll be more fulfilled when you have balance. You will be happier when you have balance. But when you're in a box, you go to I know somebody who is doing this dieting, and he could not visit anybody because it's like, it makes me feel antisocial, because everywhere I go, I cannot go out with my coworkers, I cannot go out with my friends, because I cannot eat what they eat. What kind of life is that? Why can't you just, I just feel so bad for people when they go through those kind of things. You are very right, host. Thank you, Chikeli Beauty. Because when you have balance, as look at the charts, everybody's saying the same thing. When you have balance, you feel more fulfilled. And when you are more fulfilled, Not because you have everything, you're richer than Trump, no, but because you have the basic things that your body, your environment, your body, your family, everything there is making you happy. You're not putting yourself into some goals that you cannot achieve, because that only can lead to more stress. And all we're doing is to even avoid bringing stress into our lives, because stress is a different ballgame. And you don't even want to go near stress, because that can also be a killer, you know. So having balance is key. Having balance is the answer. And that's why we're having this conversation, so that we can hear all of these great mindsets of you ladies and you guys. Thank you all for sharing into this. So finding balance can do so much for us. When we find balance in our lives, in the lives of our families, and that's when habit comes into. Think about habit. I know we've talked so much about habits, because it's your habits that helps you to actually find habits, because when you find balance, because you build and start maintaining, doing this consistently, and that transitions into you having a balanced life, you know. But if you choose a habit that is negative habit, I don't know how it's going to be able to sustain the balance that we may be looking for. So that is why I'm still what did you say? You're still fluffy. Laugh it off. I'm still finding that balance with food. Haha, yes. It's not an easy journey. You know, it's not an easy journey, but practice, they say, makes perfect. I totally believe that. It's all practice. So, balance includes, I have to say it this way. When we focus on developing our physical, mental, and social health, physical activities, mental, our mindset was in the first 3 statements that I made. Thinking clearer, our mental health, because all the emotions that go into our lives, our decisions, our thinking, our habits, and all of that, that is what melts down into the mental well-being. You know, if your house is on fire, your mental well-being is going to be on fire as well. So we have to focus on developing our physical, our mental, our social health, all of this. You know, the people around us. I talked about relationships in the last habits, healthy habits, part 2. Relationships. Think about it. Your habits that you choose. Who are the people that it affects? Because at the end of the day, we have to build ourselves as humans, but then we have to also remember that we have people that are in the journey with us, that we are not alone in the journey, you know? So we have to find a way to take the people with us, the people in our lives, our friends, our family for the most part, we have to remember to take them with us. Because when we go and get into bad habits, who does it affect? It will affect us, but for the most part, it will affect our families, our friends. For instance, when we choose not to have a balance, not to build a healthy life, not to build a healthy, let's talk about food. You know, food is my big thing, because food is the center of it. is the center of our being because we have to eat food. Then it's to make those choices that would help us to keep a healthy life. Because when our life gets disorganized, our families are the ones that will suffer. You know, when we get sick, when you get sick, you're not going to be abandoned in the hospital, or you are not going to be locked inside one room in your house, and then God is going to come from heaven to feed you from maybe a hole or something. There will be, manna would be falling from heaven to your room. No, manna will not fall because God has put people in your lives that would help you. So that is why it's so important as we make decisions to improve and get a better habit. We're thinking, this habit I want to grow is not just for me. Because when push comes to shove, the people in your lives are the ones that would suffer. They are the ones that are going to spend all their times in the hospital. They're the ones that would, whatever they're doing, they're going to leave it to attend to us. So that is why it's so important we have to maintain our physical well-being, our physical health. We have to move. We have to keep moving. We have to do something. We cannot take those things for granted that we can still walk, we can still move, because some people are looking to move, they can't even move. And look at us. We have the privilege to move, and we don't want to move because we feel like we are invincible. You guys have seen what happens when people think they are invincible, especially when you're a leader, when you're the parent, or you have to model for the people around you. You have to try your best. It's difficult. I'm not saying it's easy, and that is why we're talking about it, so that we can remember and try. That is why I'm still okay. Yeah, I've read that. Yeah, Yamuna. Oh, Tamaga, I think I met you the other day. Thank you so much for coming. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Hi, hosts. Yes, you are so welcome to the house. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate your presence. You look fresh. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Really appreciate your presence. Yes, I know. Yeah, you came before. I know that. Yeah, that's what I'm. Thank you so much. Yeah, really appreciate everybody that is here. Even if you're here for 15 minutes, I appreciate your presence. Thank you so much for staying, for being a part of this conversation. Yeah, energy. I have to see that word clearly now. Much energy. Hope. Yes, I am good. Thank you so much. I'm doing so well. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Oh, Uzo, Rose Uzama. Oh my gosh, one Nemo. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate you. Yes, Yamuna, 15 minutes. Yes, listening. Okay. Yeah, so we continue with this conversation. Yes, Kedu, I am fine. I've seen you came with a different name. You had mentioned that. Yes, now I know. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Daloso. Thank you. So we're, talking about it. So it's so important that as we think about the people with us, our families, our friends, the behavior, whatever we're doing, it's not just going to affect us. It's going to affect everybody. So that's why we really need to pay attention. Honestly, we need to pay attention so that we don't throw people into things that is going to disorganize them because we refuse to pay attention. We refuse to do what is right. We want to talk about this all the time so that we can remember, because nobody is perfect. Nobody's actually have attained every height. We're all trying to make baby steps. Think about it. What, decisions every minute that we make, how is it going to affect us? how is it going to affect the people around us? That is balance. I don't want to talk about, because I want to keep this conversation just, in a little box. I don't want to go beyond things I don't want to talk about, but it affects us in different ways, decisions that we made. I've talked about some decisions that people make, I talked about life insurance and all of that in the healthy habits. That was the live stream last week or last 2 weeks ago. So you can watch that. I don't want to talk about it in this one, but all of these things are part of balance. It's all part of balance. It's all part of habits that we choose. It's like decisions that you make. How does it affect other people? And when we know that decisions that we make do not just affect us, actually that's when we should even pay more attention and know that we are not just ruining because if you're ruining your own life all by itself, that is fine. It's your life. But when you have other people in the boat with you, then you really have to pedal that boat. You have to try to row it properly so you don't get everybody to drown, So it's so important that, so when we, all of these things, like I said, all of this physical health, we have to get active. We have to think about how do we exercise ourselves, because that's part of having a balance, I know, was it, who asked, somebody had said something in the chat about how women, is it Kenyeri that said it? Women, with all that we have in our head, we have so much in our plates. We have a house to run, and women still have to run their careers. They still have to do this. They still have to do that. Are we not thankful that God has put us in that role? We are so thankful, but at the same time, we need help from our partners to be able to do what we can do, because at the end of the day, if you are because these days, it depends on who is really working in the family. These days, it's not only the women that stay home, men stay home as well now, depending on whose career and where they are, decisions the family have made. That's why every family is so dynamic and different. So we couldn't say, because it worked for this family, then it's going to work for my family. We have to see what works for us. And when we pay attention on what works for us, then we can actually begin to even attain, Mama said, to even attain the contentment that we talked about. Mama Queen mentioned contentment. Because when we pay attention to what is our own need, she mentioned need, our family, what we want, the goals and the setup of my family is not the same as the setup of Mr. B's family. So we have to pay attention to that. We couldn't just go, because Mr. the Smith family, they're doing this, they're doing that. For that reason, you're putting yourself up for more stress. Life is already, we live in stress every day, So you're putting yourself up for stress if you have to keep up with the Joneses. And yet, the Joneses that you want to keep up with, it's not even as if you really love them, but you want to keep up with everything they do. So we need to pay attention and know what our particular family's needs are. I'm here at 15. Okay, I've seen that. Okay, did I have somebody else? Okay, no, much energy, Kedu. Okay. So I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anybody in the chat while I talk about this. Yeah, so we have to give it, each of these items in our lives, pay attention to them, give priority to them, and see what we need at every point in time, because any of them that we leave behind, we're going to pay for it. We don't want to leave our mental health behind. We don't want to leave our physical health behind. We don't want to leave our living lifestyle, the food we eat. For me, I always say that 80%. So the other 20%, is going to struggle with everything else. Another important point, our family dynamics are different and must be considered when making these decisions. Yes, exactly. Yes, Mama Queen. Thank you. So we couldn't just be keeping up with the Joneses because you don't know what the family dynamics of the Joneses are, you know. So we have to come home and reassess ourselves from where we are so that we can be happy campers. Because at the end of the day, all of this, we want to be fulfilled, we want to be happy. And if we keep looking and comparing with the Joneses, we may never achieve happiness because the Joneses know what works for them. So we have to focus on what works for us, you know. So we don't want any part of these things to affect us or to be left behind as we make decisions, you know. So the other thing about balance is we have to think about not feeling guilty, you know. You in the chat, as I mentioned, somebody had asked, how would women, it's not just women, I feel like some families, maybe the man is the one working, maybe the woman, whoever is working, I just feel like everybody needs to help everybody. I think everybody needs to be empathic to their family. We need to pay attention. We need to appreciate our families and think about our families, our friends. You know, I mentioned this quote, it's my favorite quote of all times. Whatever you do, think about it as, would it build goodwill and better friendships? You know, so that's why we have to pay to, and would it build goodwill? I didn't finish that quote. Would it build goodwill and better friendship to all concerned? Because when we don't build goodwill in our homes, you know, let's focus on the home, because maybe you cannot please all your friends, and that is okay. You cannot please, even Christ couldn't please the entire world. Talk less of we humans that we know. We didn't have the roadmap of our coming to earth. He knew he was coming, he knew he was going. So he had his own roadmap. We don't have it. We don't even know what the next minute is going to be. He knew. Even he that knew, he couldn't please us. Then, that's why I said we can leave our friends and let's focus on the home, because when your home is right, at least you know one part of your life is fulfilled, so that when there is something chasing you outside, you can actually run home. But when your home is on fire, then because now you're deciding I'm going to focus on my friends and your home is on fire, when something happens outside, maybe your friends will not be there at that time to help you. You know, so it's very important that we try to be compassionate with our, you know, we have to be, think about patience. We have to be patient. Patient, I'm going to talk about patient in a different way, but in this case, patient with people in our lives to be able to help each other to work this work. It's not easy work, but we need patience to be able to, you know, I think about it this way, that even my mom, sometimes I disagree with her, you know. Sometimes it's not everything she says that I agree with, and she's my mom, you know. Growing up is not everything every decision she's made that I'm like, oh, yahoo, love it, you know. Even when she had to cut my hair as a child, I didn't rejoice over it, you know. But, you know, so this is your mother. Then in your family, now you have somebody who is not even from your mother, and you guys, so we need patience. We need it. We need to ask for it. We need to ask for that virtue. We need it so that we can actually begin to understand and be empathic and have compassion and build our homes. But we're not talking about relationship today. But this is just part of building balance. I'm just talking about it a little bit. So knowing yourself, you know, when you know yourself, then you know what you can do. Then maybe you can have conversations with people around you. You know, this part of it I cannot meet. This one, there's nothing like having dialogue. You put it on the table. I cannot, honestly, I cannot do this. Like, you guys want to decide that all we're going to eat in this house now is spinach. Sorry, me, I cannot eat spinach every day of my life. You lay it on the table right there, so everybody is aware that you cannot do that. Because when you know yourself, then you know what you can do. But when you don't know yourself, man, it's tough. Life is already tough on its own. I keep getting all of these notifications. I don't know if other people have it when they do live stream, but I have it a lot. So I talked about patience, you know. So balance is one of those things that is so important, because when you have balance, you will not allow yourself to be overwhelmed with things, you know, that you do every day. It would help you to actually facilitate the way, you know, how life is busy already. When you have balance, you can actually know when to stop. Balance is what is going to help you to stop yourself, to say, you know what, now I need to take a break. Now I need, you know, if I don't take a break right now, I'm just going to drop. I want to take a break. Did somebody say something? Yeah. So you want to take a break. And that's when you need, that's what balance can do for us. Balance can help us to navigate and know when to say no to something, and when to know when to take a break and say no. So, do we still have people here? Is everybody gone, or am I talking to myself? Thumbs up. I still have people in the house. Okay. Yeah, can you hear it? Oh, you're still here. Okay. You're doing homework. Oh my goodness. That is so good. We're still running. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Yes, that's what we can do for each other as my good friend and sister. Yeah. So, you know, our habits, you know how we talked about habits? Because the more we practice our habits, what happens? We get stronger in it. We get stronger at the habits. But when we don't practice it, you know, we can never get stronger. I said earlier that practice makes perfect. You mean in here? I'm going anywhere. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So that's I don't know if anybody has something to add to the conversation. If we still have people in the house, apart from Kenyeri, I know you're there doing your homework. If we have other people that want to chip into this conversation, Chizube, you're there. Really learning. Look at you, beautiful one. How much learning? Yeah, thanks. Yes. So the other aspect that I want to touch here is that I think I've mentioned it as I was talking, but you know, I like to emphasize on it. You know, to even embark in any of these habits, lifestyle, balance, because balance, at the end of the day, you want a balance. You don't want to overdo any of these things. You want stability. You want sustainability. You want to be able to achieve goals. And the only way to achieve goals is to set goals that are achievable. So at the end of it is like a balance. It's like a scale. You want to make sure that nothing is overwhelming the other, you know? And for us to go into, to think about even achieving a balance or growing a good habit, we need the word confidence. We need the confidence to talk to ourselves. I had said this earlier in this conversation. You know, we need to tell ourselves that, yes, I can actually achieve this. You know, any goal that anybody is setting for themselves, any goal, be it food goal or family goal or whatever, or career goals, you want to tell your mindset that you can achieve it. Because that's actually the first step to achieving any goal. Telling yourself and talking to yourself. You know, the self talk thing? You tell yourself, I can do this. There was a poem we had the poem on the engine in where we were younger. I think it was in grade 4 or something like that, primary school, eliminating the temptations. I like that. I like that. I like the temptation part. Eliminating the temptation. Yeah, is a good start. Yes, of course. I love that. For example, you have chocolates in your house. You know what? That is real temptation. But I tell you what, habit conquers temptation. I can give you this example. Though I've never been a very sweet tooth person, but when I understood that dark chocolates are good for you and your heart, hello, Brandon Jackson, you are so welcome. So welcome to the house. Very happy to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. So when I learned that dark chocolate is good for you, oh my goodness, I kind of felt, okay, that's one addition to my lifestyle, dark chocolate, they're good. Even coffee is so good for you, So when I learned that and then I have it and people come to my house because my husband likes to buy a lot of chocolate, So we have chocolate in my house, everywhere in my house. And when people come, they ask me, oh, how do you live with these plates and you don't eat them? I'm like, some of them expire, some of them expire. And then the ones we keep so that if we have guests and they want to just have chocolate, so then we find out we don't even eat the chocolate, even though it's lying around the house, It's so funny. So it's so funny that you put this up. But if you cannot resist, then don't bring chocolate in. Because chocolate, there's this, somebody had this painting that says, chocolate loves everybody or everybody loves chocolate. Who said that? I'm like, it loves everybody. It's good. Everything is good in moderation. Even the dark chocolate is good in moderation. You couldn't just sit down and eat the entire chocolate in one day and think you're going to keep standing, So yeah. Nelly said something. Chocolate has the feel good. Yes, that's what it is. It has the feel good, and that's one of those conversations, Nelly, what you just said about chocolate making you feel good. How we, as human, somebody asked the question, why is it that people that know they have issues with their health, they don't want to deal with it, even when they have the wherewithal to be able to deal with it, but they don't deal with it. When I was researching that, the chocolate, the eating feel me good food energy is actually one of those things that make people, because people want instantaneous happiness. People want to feel good right now. I want to feel good. You know what? I'm just going to feel myself. Like people tell you when they're depressed, they eat more. So why not start working on those things that will make you to be depressed? Why not? It's not like those things, we can't take any of those things for granted anyway. I must say this because some people, things happen to people. And I don't want us to underestimate things that can happen to people because life is not easy. Life is tough. People go through so much. And we don't want to take that for granted because all we want to do is to still make everybody kind of know that we are working this together and that no matter where you are, you can get there. No matter what part of where you are in life, even if life is overwhelming you right now, you can only be confident and talk to yourself and say you can do this. You have to stay strong and encourage yourself and have the right people around you, because there's nothing like having people that are supportive. Have the right friends, because some friends you want to drop them right there because they are toxic, and you don't want, when you are going through situations, have people that will support you and encourage you and help you at your own where you are. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who is wearing your shoe that know where your shoe pinches you. Kenyeri, before healthy become a habit, you must have had some challenging moments. Me? Yeah. You don't even want to hear, because me as a child, if I tell you that, Kenyeri, I didn't like food. So I don't know if that was why, because I didn't like food at all. And I had so much, I picked so much, like I actually, today is not about me, but I'll just, to answer your question, I had to go to boarding school because of two things. Because one, my mom thought boys would, I would start dating early. And then number two, she thought if she put me in boarding school and I starve, in those days, boarding school is not like now where people are spoiled in boarding school. In boarding school, in those days, you wash your clothes, you do this, it's like everything is structured. That when I starve, that I would actually eat what others eat. But then she ended up bringing the food, because I would not eat the food. I would rather just cry and sleep and, just eat bread. I could eat bread because I used to get so grossed out with things. So that was part of the reason why I didn't eat a lot of food. Because my mom's housemaid, she would pick her nose, so you don't want to talk about that today. So when I found her picking her nose, that was it for me. I will not eat. So, Chizube, I really need to start balancing. You're already balancing, Chizube. You're doing great at this. I really need to start balancing. Kenyeri, I think that chocolate is a is a good, and yeah, it is. It is, but balance. We're talking balance. You don't want to have too much of it either. You still want to eat in moderation, because Michael KK, that's my young prof. You're here. You're so welcome to the house. Thank you for coming. Hello, beautiful sister. So excited to be here today. Yeah, today's topic. Thank you so much for coming. Yes. So Kenyeri, as I was saying, me too. I like dark chocolate. I eat it. But the thing is, moderation. You don't want to eat because it has antioxidants. Then you keep eating, and then you see how it's going to give you constipation as well. Because if you eat too much of that and not eat real food, for sure, I bet you, check it out, you'll be constipated. So that's why everything is really good in moderation. Everything is moderation. Balance is just the key. Thank you, Kenyeri. You are so good. You're studying, so give us all of this stuff from your book, bring more. Yeah. So Nelly, you said, Kenyeri, your garden, yes. You see, Kenyeri, do you have that chocolate in your garden? You see, you have all those beautiful fruits and vegetables. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe you even had collard greens. You have what is it, kale. You have everything that nature would have in your garden. That garden is heavenly. I just love it. It's like the Garden of Eden without a tree in it. So I love your garden so much. That is so good. It's okay. Yeah, she said, yeah. Kenyeri, Ha ha ha. You see, health and pride, yes. Healthy. Yes, yes. If when you're healthy, you don't know. We just, I know my mama Queen, she had said earlier in the chat that having a heart of gratitude, we just have to be thankful every minute that we are standing and we are healthy. And that is why we want to just continue to find balance, build the good habits, and consistently practice those habits and find balance. And before we know it, it becomes a part of us. And then we can thrive with it. For me, that is the way, that is what I feel it will be the best way for us to actually begin to achieve the healthy living. So, Kenyeri, you said chocolate. I wish I had it though. Yeah, in your garden? Yeah, that would be good. We're all coming to your garden. You have, what is that? Okay, I have to see this. Hold on. Calendula for tea and medicine. Oh my goodness, that is so yummy and healthy. Well done. Yes, Chikali Beauty is all skincare expert. Kenyeri, do you know, have you met Chikali Beauty? Okay, you guys have met Chikali. Have you met her? Yes. Yeah, you need to go see her garden. And she needs to go see your house. It's like unbelievable. You two have some very special things. Everybody in this chat has something special, especially the content creators here. You have all dynamic, you're all dynamic creators. And I think we need to see each other and appreciate all we're doing, Yes. So, as we build our healthy habits, we build healthy habits. We stop comparing notes negatively. Not that we compare notes to help us move to the next level, not for negatives. We want to build the right energy. Thanks. Thank you, Nelly. Thank you for the amazing thumbs up. Thank you. I will visit. Okay, yes. You guys need to know each other. You guys are all beautiful and smart people. So to appreciate all of, oh my goodness, when I saw your house, Kenyeri, I was like, oh my gosh, I felt like I should just come to your garden and do my grocery there. So so we talked about time management. Oh no, we didn't talk. Do you talk time management for this? No, we didn't. Oh, okay. I have someone new in the house. The Joe Bell Trio. You are so welcome. The Joe Bell Trio. So welcome. You're welcome. I really appreciate your coming. Thanks for having you here. Back to my homework now. Okay. Yeah, I know we're enjoying your company. Thank you. Yes. So, so we as we walk into this picking up the habits and running with this habit to build balance, we have to achieve this, we have to walk into this with confidence, telling ourselves we can do it. Self-talking, saying, I can do this, whatever goal even you want to set. All those attainable goals that we want to set, whether it's career goal or whatever goal, we actually need to go in with confidence and encourage ourselves and tell ourselves. I was going to talk about a poem that I learned as a child. It's like the engine going up the hill, and the hill was so steep and the engine was like, I simply must not stop, and that poem says, I think I can, I think I can. The engine was saying this. that you think you must be able to get to that top of the hill because the hill was so steep, you know. So it's the same thing to walk into any goal we're setting with confidence, or any habit, anything we want to do, to say to ourselves, I can achieve this, I can do this. Otherwise, if you have all the negative thinking, oh my goodness, how could I even achieve this when my day is already busy? How could I even do this when this is already happening? How could I do this when, you know what? That negative will just keep weighing you down. And, you know, I don't know if anybody has witnessed negative, how something bad news just come to you and you feel like, you know, you just feel like you're empty. You just feel like, I don't even know how to explain it. You know, when you get something negative happen, you know, you just feel like, you know, that's why I kind of, you know, do not want to take it for granted when people go through depression and things like that, because you don't know what they have gone through. You don't know what is led them, what they have come, you know, how far they have come before they got there. Because when we hear something bad happen, how you feel like, you know, like overwhelmed, you feel like empty. You know, I don't even know how you feel exhausted. You don't feel the energy to keep moving. So that's what happens when you allow the negative talk in your head to talk you out of, or to talk you not believing yourself and not trusting yourself to be able to accomplish what you know that if you stay at it and persist, that you can accomplish it. That negative thought can stop you. So before you even go, because you want to stop the negative in you before you even think about the negative in the people outside. Because the positive in you can actually overcome whatever negative, or no matter what anybody is telling you you cannot do. If you trust yourself that you can do it, I tell you, you're almost done 80%. So you can imagine the 20% is easy to handle. Amaka, you look so absolutely, oh my goodness, thank you. Your recipes are truly evident in your skin. Wow, thank you, my dear sister. Tone and total well-being. Oh, inshallah. We say inshallah. Mashallah. That's what we say here. Wonderful session, Ma. Keep on the good work. Thank you, Christian. That's my favorite in-law. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, now, you know, those names are so tiny. Let's see who came in. Swad Al-Had. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for coming. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your presence. Jasmine Ek, thank you so much. Oh, wow. Really, really appreciate you people's presence in the house this evening. You know, thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate you. So we're talking habits and balance. That's what we're talking about. So even if you miss something, go through the chat, you'll see all the people have been contributing to this conversation. So it's really been truly a blessing for me, you know, to have all the marvelous people in the house contribute to this. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So helping yourself with your mindset, when you overcome, you build your mindset that you can do this, it's actually easier for you to manage everything that is happening around you, because you might not have the right people around you depending on your company that you keep. But I still, in that last healthy habits, we talked about choosing the right people, because that is the first step to you actually even accomplishing and getting fulfilled in your life. Because you might be in a company where you will never be appreciated. People will never believe in what you do. They will never admire you. They might admire you inside and talk you down to your face, because the plan of the devil, like we always believe, that the devil has come to kill and destroy. So you don't want to give the devil a chance to destroy you. So the topic is habits. How do we choose healthy habits so that we can attain good balance? Balance in our life. Yeah, host. Yeah, let's see. Jasmine, host, is there any update happening in what? No, we're not talking about Whitey here. We're just talking about our lives and just we're just talking about living life, which actually all of this even gets into business, because even as you do business, sometimes you want to go for seminars, you want to talk about things that would help you to grow as a human being, to get stronger, because we are humans and sometimes we can deplete, so we want to also build our mindset, build our spiritual part of it, so that we can be strong to handle what is happening in YT right now too, Okay, host, come. Yes, yes. Yeah, health. That is why health. Yeah, healthy living. Yes. Yeah, so we just want to grow our healthy part of life, So we're talking about time management, how you. Oh, the family TV, you are so welcome. I appreciate your presence. Yes, good evening. You are so welcome. Happy to have you here. Thank you. Yeah. So to achieve the healthy habits, and then because when you have the healthy habits, then you're working to have a balance. We're talking about habits and balance. If you choose good habits, then as you practice those habits, then you can have a good balance in your life, so that nothing in your life is falling apart. We talked about physical balance. We talked about mental balance. We talked about social balance, because you also need families, you need friends, you need human beings that would support you. Then we talked about the fact that you need to make a good choice of the people that you have around you, that they are people that would help you build up and not people that will help you collapse. You want people that would be honest with you, people that maybe they admire you in their hearts, but they hate you on the outside. You know how I always like the example of the Joneses. Everybody want to keep up with the Joneses, but most 99% of people that want to keep up with the Joneses hate the Joneses. So I don't understand. You hate them, but you like everything they're doing. That means you admire them, but because you're not the one that is them, that's why you're hating them. So that's why you have to choose the right people, so that you don't end up believing what is not true. Good evening, everyone. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, very interesting. Yes. Yeah, so we're just talking about healthy and having balance. So to have a balance in your life, we want to think about making a list, like in a day. We want to kind of, even if you don't write it down, but sometimes maybe it's good to write it in your phone or somewhere, depending on how busy you are, to have a mental layout of, or mental plan of, what is my day going to be like? What is my day going to be like? And sometimes it's actually important that your list is a closed list, that you don't have an open-ended list. Because if you have an open-ended list, you see yourself adding so much into your day that at the end of the day, you will be so exhausted. And you don't want to be exhausted. You don't want to be, maybe once in a while, just like fruits and friends. Okay, just like fruits, friends too are seasonal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very true. That is a very wise phrase. I love that phrase. Friends are seasonal. Yes, it's true. We should never stretch a season. Wow. I love that. I love that. I love that phrase, Hema, Nelly. I love that phrase. Especially the friends can also be seasonal if they're not the right ones. Because as the season go, you see, when we talked about weeding, when you talk about reassessing and knowing what am I keeping in this box. There are boxes in your house that you feel like, you need to sort this box. You know what you're going to remove out of it. So in that season, using your phrase, which I love, you have to decide which friend is staying in this season, because you want to make sure that you're tidying up your house every day. You don't want to bring anything into your house that is going to overwhelm you. Life is already overwhelming, So for the fact that you don't even know what tomorrow holds for your life, is if you begin to even meditate on that, I tell you, that can be even overwhelming because we don't know. We don't even know what the next minute is. That's how bad it is. So we don't think about it. So why would you then bring things that would overwhelm you into your house? Because you want to please everybody. And then at the end of the day, you end up pleasing not even one. So when, sometimes when I see people that tell me, oh, everybody is my friend, it doesn't make sense. Because there's no way everybody can be your friend. That means you're either crafty. If everybody is your friend, then you're not honest. Because if you're honest, then you're going to quickly choose who are going to be your friends because you're going to be you. You will not try to be anybody or trying to impress everybody and not forget that you're still going to exist. Like my name is Chinwe and I want Chinwe to stay. I want Chinwe to be there. So I have to be honest with people around me. I have to be honest with them. And sometimes I tell people when you don't say anything, like, for instance, if something is going bad and you don't say something, that means you're saying yes. Because when you don't have a yes or no, that means my Bible would say the person is blowing hot and cold, and we are not even allowed to blow hot and cold. You can either be cold or hot. But when you start blowing both, that means you're lukewarm. And lukewarm was not part of the one that was accepted. So we need to know the right people around us so that we can actually be content. Because if you have the wrong person, you will never have fulfillment. They would always make you feel that, oh no, you still have to do this. You still have to do that. Don't let anybody put you up to that. Life is not worth it. It's too short. So starting your day, planning it ahead, thinking of time management. How do I plan my day? I want to maintain a closed list in my day so that I don't add more. And then before the day ends, I'm so overwhelmed and tired and exhausted because at the end of your day or in the beginning of your day or in the middle of your day, you want to incorporate some physical. We talked about physical, mental, social health, into your system, because that's what is going to help you to, because when you incorporate physical, what it does, it gives you strength, you build energy. You don't feel weak all the time. When you feel weak all the time without you doing things, because even if you think about all the athletes, they are consistently practicing. So you see them, the more you practice, the more you are energetic, the more nobody can stop you because you're strong. So that physical part is so key to our balance. So we talked about pay attention to what takes much of your time. What is it that takes a lot of your time? What is it? Think about it. In your day, what is it that takes a lot of your time? What is it? Is it gossip? Is it talking about Mr. Jones, is it doing something meaningful? Is it reading a book? Is it helping somebody? Or think about what are those things that take your time. Because at the end of the day, those things that take your time from your morning till your night, or from your week to your week, or your month to your month, or your year to year, at the end of your night, when you go to bed and you reminisce on all of these things, think about it, analyze it. It's either it's going to boost you if they were meaningful things. And I tell you, I don't think that anybody who runs other people down sleep well. I always think that, but I don't know if it's true. But I think you feel more fulfilled if you have done some meaningful things. So think about those things that you spend more of your time in. Think about those things. You know, sometimes we have to actually get help. You know, some of us, I used to be one of those people that don't get help. I like to do everything by myself. I like to do my cooking myself, clean my thing by myself. Even if I have my maid would say, Auntie, can I help you? I say, no, don't worry, I'll do it. You know, but I notice that I actually make whoever is my maid to want to do things because they know if they don't do it, I'm coming to do it myself. You know, so host, here just listening, enjoying myself. Oh wow. Thank you, Rose Zoma. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you listening to this. Thanks. Ada. Oh, who is that? Let me see with my glasses now. Hatigogo, you are so welcome, Ada. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Really appreciate your presence. Thank you. Thanks. So it's just think about it. It's so important that we delegate. You know, don't be like me. But now I'm actually slowing down. You know, somebody said the other day, oh, Chima, you can delegate. I'm like, really? It used to be my weakest point, you know? It used to be my very weakest point because I don't want to, but it's still my weak point when I'm in the kitchen. I don't want any help. I don't want anybody to help me because I just want to do my thing my own way. So, but delegate, you know, seek help when you need it. If you feel you're getting overwhelmed, don't wait until you crash. You know, don't wait until you crash. You know, tell your partner that you cannot do it. You know, if you're tired, let's say you're a woman or you're a man, it doesn't matter. Whichever one is the one that does all the work, tell them you're going to pass out. Because sometimes when you do not say how you're feeling, nobody would listen. You know, some people don't read minds. They are not good mind readers. So you have to scream it and say, oh my gosh, I'm actually overwhelmed. I cannot do this anymore. You will be shocked that people are going to help you. So learn to delegate. You know, learn to delegate so that you cannot be the one that is the strongest person who can do it all and all of that and all of that. I have something that I wrote here that maintain a balanced life habit because balance helps to reduce stress. It actually also helps us to not get burnt out. You know? So balance is good. To have a balance, to choose good habits. Good habits. Check out your diet. Check out your lifestyle. Check it out. In the healthy living, the first session that we had 3 weeks ago, we talked about smoking. Think about it. Smoking is expensive. And then it's not even good for you. So what benefit does it give you? It gives you instantaneous joy, just that minute, you know? So we talked about that. We talked about doing some physical things like being active, either you don't have to go to the gym, you can just walk on the street. On the street, you don't have to pay for it. And yet, it's good. I've seen people that just walk every day. You don't even have to do, what is it called again? You don't even have to walk as fast or whatever. You can just walk at your own pace. You do it as maybe start with 2 times a week or once, then improve and then increase it and then go further. So when we choose all of these good habits, check what we eat, you know, start to look at what are the ones that are more beneficial to my health, and then eat more of those. And then the other ones that we can indulge in once in a while, we can just eat those, maybe 10% of the time. By the time you know it, we all are going to get strong, and we all are going to be happy, because health, they said, is wealth. You know, no matter how much, look at Trump. If Trump can be grounded in the hospital, oh my goodness, we need to pay attention, because no man is above it. No, we all it's like nobody knows. I keep saying this. We're not even sure of the next minute. So why can't we choose the right things? Like, we have every incentive to make right decisions, because when we think about the fact that we do not own our lives, that nothing is permanent, that everything is like, even if we die, we're not going with any of these things. It's actually a big motivation to be nice to your neighbor. But we are not, because we are humans. You see? Because we are humans, we can't do it. But we can, when we continue to self-talk to ourselves and say, I can do this. I can do this. We can do it, because we are beautifully and wonderfully made. We are beautifully and wonderfully made to do wonderful things. We were given all the wisdom. We were given all the knowledge, understanding. We were given every good thing. I've not heard where it says that we were given any bad things. The bad things we decided is our choice to do it. So we can do this. We can pick up all the good habits and maintain a good balance. Let me hear all your mindsets on this. Do I still have people in the house? Hello, is everybody here? Oh, everybody's gone? Is anybody in the house? Anyway, we're almost at the end of it too. So we're going to close soon. And are you there? You're there. Wow. Do you want to say anything? Did I miss somebody? Okay, no. I'm just checking if I missed anybody in the chat here. Let me just check quickly. Okay. Yeah. Health is wealth. Yeah. So I don't know if I still have anybody here or everybody's resting. I missed a lot on the topic. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, it's been very interactive. I think it was really very interactive. Yeah, it was a good conversation. Had some great people in the house. It's very good. Yeah. So we're going to be closing soon. Thank you so much, Ada Agogo, for coming to be part of this. Really appreciate your presence, okay? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to call it off. Thank you so much, Ada. I don't know if there's anybody else in the house because I'm going to say good night to everyone and good morning to all those people from the North America and things like that. So you guys have a wonderful day. Really appreciate your presence in this live stream. Thank you for tuning in. And next week, Tuesday, same time, we're going to continue with this conversation. So I will schedule and send out the live. So yes, okay, you're here. Are you in class? Yes. Thank you, Amaka. I always feel lazy to work out. We all feel lazy, we all feel lazy. That's why we're talking about it, so we can get the energy to go. Who's Rose, who's a Homa. Yes, everybody feel lazy. But once you get out of your house, then you start enjoying it. Yeah. Yeah. That's why we're talking about it, so we can all grow together and practice it. Okay, host. Thank you so much. And you guys all stay blessed and have a wonderful week ahead. Hopefully you can stop by next week if you have time to be part of the conversation. Same time next week, Tuesday. And I'm Chinwe again. You stay blessed and thank you. Have a wonderful week ahead. Who's coming now? Hello, host. Oh, Kenyeri. Yeah, I thought you were doing your homework. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, have a good evening, okay? Oh, the family. Yes, yes, we're actually rounding up. Good night. Thank you all. Thank you all. Really appreciate all of you. Stay blessed and hope to see you next week. Okay? Amaka, my prof, have a wonderful day ahead of you. You're there where it's morning now. The family. See you next week. Yes. Here we say, Inshallah, by God's grace. Inshallah. See you next week. Yes. Okay, then. Thank you all, and bye. Yeah, can you hear me? I'm rounding up. I've said good night. Good night. Oh my gosh, Christian Chizube, dear. Oh, beautiful girl. Thank you so much for coming. So good. Yes, yes. I'm so glad to have you. Love you. Take care, okay? Thanks so much. I appreciate your presence. My sister Amaka. Yes, it was. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your presence. Thank you. Can you bye, dear? Enjoy your class and bring some of what you're learning to our next week conversation, okay? Okay, then. You all blessings to you again. Bye for now.